So yeah, Clem Sims is a company that I started. Created the product, the Cedar Sawdust fire starters. Just a little bit about my story. I started way back when I was a little boy. I remember going into my grandpa's garage as a young kid, and he was a carpenter by trade, very skilled carpenter. I remember going into his garage and just being surrounded by tools and all the sawdust, and I remember the smell of it and playing in there as a little boy and just building on some dreams, right? And you get into fast forward life and you go through school and get into working and all that stuff, and you lose sight of those dreams, and you're not winning anymore, it seems. And as I started growing up, I was battling depression and addictions with alcohol, progressed over the years, and looking back now, that robbed me of my goals and dreams for 25 years, and now I'm a 40-something-year-old here, and I know I needed to make changes in my life, and I took up woodworking, and I found out that I was a very skilled carpenter. And I give credit to my grandpa, and that's where the name of Clem Sims came from. Clem is my late grandpa, and Sims is my nickname. So it was a tribute to give back to my grandpa for his genes of giving me the skills of carpentry, and that's where this whole journey started. But yeah, the woodworking became my coping mechanism. I knew I needed to make a change in life, and for things to change, you had to change, and I didn't want to lose everything. So that was my medicine, that was my therapy, and I did that for 4 or 5 years and saw that business scale, and things got really busy, and I started woodworking out of Western Canadian red cedar. I fell in love with the smell of it. The price, although was very expensive, as it's a premium product, and everybody appreciated all my projects out of cedar rather than spruce. Yeah, then fast forward to last winter, it was early in January, I was in my shop, and I had my own mountain of sawdust surrounded by all my tools and all my projects. I just had the idea come to me, that I needed to repurpose this sawdust somehow, and I created this awesome product, the Cedar Sawdust Fire Starters, and something I'm very proud of. And now fire is my therapy. It's a beautiful product. Fire is very therapeutic. It helps me. Beginning of the day, the end of the day, I'll just sit down by the fire and let loose and keep dreaming and all that. But that's kind of my story, guys. Everything started with the woodworking, and now we're making the fire starters, and I'm contributing to mental health initiatives, trying to give back from every box that we sell, and hopefully I can inspire others that are going through some struggles. And believe me, I still struggle every day too, and you just got to stick with it and stay true to yourself and follow your dreams, and good things will happen. And just get out there and talk to people, and yeah, that's it.